Okay, Stacey Ann, thank you. 8:33 and three fatal shootings in 1 week in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, leaving residents demanding action.
Yeah, cops are still trying to track down the gunman behind these murders. So joining us this morning to discuss what's being done to address the gun violence in his borough is Brooklyn Borough President Antonio Reynoso. So good morning to you, Borough President. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right, let's look at this rundown of victims here. A 13-year-old boy, a 33-year-old man, and a beloved deli worker. Three separate incidents all in 1 week and all happening in the same neighborhood. You got to feel for the folks living there, probably not feeling safe right now. So how are you working with the NYPD to make the streets safer?
So obviously, the investigation is ongoing, and they're doing the best they can to find the culprit. And the culprits, right? We're talking about crime here, especially with shootings, is something that needs to be addressed more intently. The issue we're having is that the gun violence in the city of New York is prevalent significantly because of the guns that are coming in from out of state, specifically Pennsylvania, and our inability to do interstate work in limiting the amount of guns coming in makes it so that when one goes out, another one comes in. The mayor talked about, I think, almost getting 20,000 guns off of our streets last year. And it doesn't matter if 20,000 new guns are coming in. So until we don't solve for that interstate problem that we have, where legal guns from another state are coming into our state, we're going to have a hard time dealing with the shootings themselves. On the enforcement side, the NYPD is doing everything they can to investigate. This is a violent crime, obviously. So once the person is caught, they will be in jail. They will be there permanently while they await trial. Right now, the NYPD is doing the best they can. The good thing is we're also sending out information through the social media and through TV to try to get as much information out so that the general public can assist us in addressing this issue.
Okay, I want to move on to the other big topic that's happening today. It is the final day for those public hearings regarding congestion pricing. I'm sure they've gotten an earful over the last couple of these hearings. The plan, though, expected to go into effect in June. Even General Lieber said himself, look, we're doing the hearings, but we're moving forward, right? So what are you doing for your residents in Brooklyn, right? Once it goes into effect, they're really going to feel the effects if they have to drive into Manhattan. So what are you kind of alerting them to?
Yeah. So look, the idea here is that we don't want you to drive into Manhattan. That's the goal. And I've always said that it's very difficult for residents, especially in the outskirts or the outer portions of the outer boroughs, to get into Manhattan. And when they have to take the train, they don't feel it's reliable, they don't feel it's safe, and they don't feel it's clean.
So are you worried that the folks from, sorry to interrupt you, are you worried that folks from other areas then, like Long Island, right, they might drive into Brooklyn, park their car there, and then take the subway in?
I don't think so. I just don't think there's any parking in Brooklyn. So if you come in, you're going to have a hard time finding parking.
Good luck.
So ultimately, the goal here is that the subway or the trains will be cleaner, they will be more reliable, and they will be safe. And because of the money we would be getting from this, and it'll make it so that taking the train or public transportation is actually a meaningful alternative as to what it is now, which people really don't feel is doing the work to address their transit needs because, again, it's unreliable and unsafe. We're going to change that because of congestion pricing.
All right. Well, let's move on to the housing crisis. You started the Housing League. It brings city and state officials together to take action. So you held your first meeting Friday. How'd that go?
It went well. It went okay. As you know, last year the state didn't come back with a housing plan in their budget, which is concerning considering that the average rent in Manhattan is above $5,000 a month for a one-bedroom. Wow. And it's just unacceptable that we would go to Albany and come back with no incentives, no work being done on the supply conversation. In Minneapolis, we've seen rents go down because they are building more housing per capita than anywhere else in the United States. And it's one of the few, if not only, cities where we've seen rents drop. Everywhere else, they go up. And it's a supply issue. We have more people that need apartments than they are apartments. The landlords are not competing for tenants. The tenants are competing for apartments. And we need to change that. And that's what this Housing League is going to do. It's going to put people on notice that if you're an elected official, you have to support building, building, building.
I mean, the mayor said they have that plan, right? 20,000 units over the next couple of years. You think that's feasible?
Right now, it isn't. Last year, only 9,900 units went into construction, which is the lowest since I think 1968. So the mayor doesn't have other essential tools that should have come down from the state, like 421A and money, just more opportunities, for the city to finance this development, and also an FAR cap. In the city of New York, there's a limit to how high a building can go, and it's arbitrary. It was invented a long time ago, and it just exists. And we could lift that cap and get rid of it. We could build taller buildings in places that make sense, like Manhattan, and start dealing with the crisis again. So I just feel like until the state gets to work and gives us something related to housing, we're going to be in big trouble, and this crisis is going to continue to get deeper.
All right, Borough President Antonio Reynoso, thank you so much for your time this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.